Okay, class, now that you've had time to work on your practice problems and I've walked around and helped some of you, let's go ahead and go through them and see what we have. So we have the first problem in the practice problems that I gave you. We have the graph. So again, we're going to use our steps. We're going to see what the slope looks like. Is it uphill? Is it downhill? Is it straight across horizontal or is it vertical? To determine if we have the different types of slopes such as positive, negative, zero, and undefined. So number one, on your practice problems, we see that it is a line that's going straight across. And I gave you a little trick to remember when we see a horizontal line. It was H0Y. H for horizontal, 0 for the name of the slope, which is zero slope, and that Y is the constant. So we know that the horizontal line is a zero slope. And we can go on to number two. So again, looking from left to right, we see that the slope is going upward. Remember that we can see that it's like an uphill climb, like we're driving a car up a hill or a person is running up a hill. So it's going upward, and if we know that it's going upward, we know that it is a positive slope. So let's go on to questions 3 and 4 from the practice problems. So on 3, when we look at the line left to right, we see that it is straight up and down, and it's the vertical line. So I gave you a little trick for that, and it was V-U-X. V for vertical, U for the name, which is undefined, and X, the X remains constant. So if it's a vertical line, we know that this is undefined. For question number 4, we have a slope that is going upward. So we know that the uphill climb, running up the hill, again, this is a positive slope. It is okay to go ahead and take a look at your definitions if you're unsure. You just make sure that you read them and then you look at the graphs to see how the slope is presented, and we can figure out the answers. So now we'll go on to 5 and 6 from your practice problems. Again, as we look from left to right, we see the slope is going downward, like a downhill skiing. So if we know that it is going downhill, we know that this is a negative slope. And the last problem from the practice problems, number 6, we see that it is a horizontal line. We should immediately think of the 3 characters that I gave you, H, 0, Y. Horizontal, 0, and the Y stays constant. So this is a 0 slope. So now that we have done the practice problems, if you have any questions, I will go ahead and address them at this time. But I will go ahead for now and pass out the homework that you will do tonight, and I want you to know that we learned today about the different types of slope. A positive slope and a negative slope. Positive goes up the hill, negative slope goes down the hill. We also learned about 0 and undefined. A 0 slope is going to be your horizontal, the the H0Y. So we're going to remember that for the 0 slope. And then we have the vertical slope, which is also called the the undefined slope. So we have 0, undefined, positive, and negative.